Do you know how to determine if two lines are perpendicular? First, let's talk about perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. When two lines are perpendicular on a coordinate grid, then when you multiply their slopes, slope 1 times slope 2, the product is -1. If you can do this, multiplying their slopes, then you can determine that two lines are indeed perpendicular. Now let's say you have line A, and line A passes through 2, 3, and 3, 1. And then if you have line B that passes through 0, -3, and 2, -2. How could you figure out if line A and line B are perpendicular? Well, the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to determine the slope. And we can use the slope formula to figure out the slope of line A. Then we can use the slope formula to determine the slope of line B, and then we'll be able to figure out if the two lines are perpendicular. Let's start with line A. The slope formula says that the slope m is equal to the y2 coordinate minus the y1 coordinate divided by the x2 coordinate minus the x1 coordinate. And we know that line A passes through 2, 3, and 3, 1. Let's substitute these values into the formula. Slope is equal to 1 minus 3 over 3 minus 2. 1 minus 3 gives me a -2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So the slope of line A is -2. Now let's figure out the slope of line B. Again, we're going to use the slope formula. The slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and the line B passes through 0, -3, and 2, -2. So now we have m is equal to -2 minus a -3 over 2 minus 0. Two negatives here become positive. -2 plus 3, +1. 2 minus 0 is 2. So we have the slope of line B being 1/2. Now if we multiply the slope of line A times the slope of line B, we should have a product of -1. Let's take a look. So we have the slope of A is -2, and the slope of B is 1/2. Now let's multiply them. -2 times 1/2, we could put -2 over 1, is -2 over 2, which is equal to -1. This proves that line A is perpendicular to line B. And our work is now complete.